Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wa salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabi ahlillahi wa man tabi'ahum bil ihsan ila yawmiddin. Brothers and sisters, I welcome you back to another episode of our Tajweed classes where we'll try to explain the rulings, the principles guiding Tajweed in order to enhance our Quranic recitation and further help with our Quranic memorization. So practically in our previous classes, we've been able to explain the Ahkam Nuun Sakinah with Tanween in relation. Then we said Ahkam Nuun Sakinah, which is the principles and the rulings of Nuun Sakinah and Tanween, are actually four. We explained that we have Al-Idh'aar, Al-Idh'aar, Al-Iqlab, and Al-Ikhfa. Now, we said that Ahkam Nuun Sakinah, Ahkam Nuun الساكنة والتنوين, right? Then we explained that it's divided into four. We have Al-Idh'aar, then Al-Idgham, then Al-Iqlab, and Al-Ikhfa, right? Then while we're explaining that, taking Al-Idh'aar first, I want us to do a total explanation of everything before we move on to today's class properly. Now, still on this, we said Al-Idh'aar. Al-Idh'aar, by saying Al-Idh'aar, I told you in that previous class that Al-Idh'aar means showing something, making something vivid. That is what Al-Idh'aar means. That means we want to make the Nuun Sakinah and the Tanween, we want to make it vivid. Now, how the explanation of everything in relation to Al-Idh'aar is that anytime we see Nuun Sakinah and Tanween, we want to make it show, we want to make it vivid along the line when we are reciting. That means anytime we see Nuun Sakinah and Tanween coming after, when we see Nuun Sakinah and Tanween coming before any of the Huruf al-Halq, I told you something when we were explaining Al-Idh'aar, there is something we call Huruf al-Halq. That is the throat words or the throat sounds or the throat alphabet, and there are actually 6, and that is Al-Hamza, Al-Ha, Al-Ain, Al-Ha, Al-Ghain, and Al-Kha. Anytime you are reciting the Quran and you come across a Nuun Sakinah or a Tanween, either Fathatan, Kasratan, or Dhammatan, coming before any of the 6 Arabic alphabets, then it is what? Al-Idh'aar. That is what we are trying to say. So in case you've not seen those previous videos, this video is also explanatory enough. Just get the simple gist. Anytime you're reciting the Quran and you come across a Nuun Sakinah and Tanween, and the theme or the alphabet coming after that Nuun Sakinah. By Nuun Sakinah, I mean a Noon with Sukun, or Tanween, either Fathatan, Kasratan, or Dhammatan, and then anything that the alphabet coming after this is what? Either Hamza, or Ha, or Ain, or Ha, or Ghain, or Kha. The ruling there is Al-Idh'aar. And Al-Idh'aar means what? Showing. You need to pronounce the Nuun Sakinah. You know, when you say Alif Hamza Fatha A, Noon Sakinah, An, so that needs to be vivid. That is what we mean by showing. So that gunna there, that pronunciation of the Noon with Sukun is what we mean by what? Showing. You need to show it. For example, that is why I have the Quran here. For us to easily, relate to what we're saying, we just have to open any part of the Quran. I believe we'll be able to meet one of these examples here. The first one, we have Nuun Sakinah. Let me see in this place. قال هل آمنكم عليه إلا كما آمنتكم على أخيه من قبل فالله خير حافظا. Now let's read here in Surah Yusuf verse 64. خير, can you see? خير حافظا. Now look at this place. We have نون ضمتان خا خير را ضمتان run. But the reason why we are making this tanween show by run, you know, if it is dhamma alone, it is khayru ضمتان run. So that noon, that sound of the ghunna, there, it must show. That is what izhar does. And why is it showing here? It is because it is preceding al-ha. And al-ha is one of the what? Huruf al-halq. Do you understand now? So there is no way in the Quran when you want to do izhar of noon, it must happen when the noon is preceding or coming before any of these huruf al-halq. Either hamza or ha or ain or ha or ghain or kha. That is the first example we are able to get. وَلَمَّا فَتَحُوا مَتَاعَهُمْ وَجَدُوا بِضَاعَتَهُمْ رُدَّتْ إِلَيْهِمْ قَالُوا يَا أَبَانَا مَنْ. The reason why I'm doing this is just for you to be able to know that you can easily find examples anywhere. Now, also the same page in Surah Yusuf verse 66, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قَالَ لَنْ أُرْسِلَهُ لَنْ قال لن أرسله معكم. Now look at what happened here. This is known as Sakinah preceding an Hamza. Do you get? So Nuun Sakinah preceding Hamza here shows that what we do for this Noon? Al-Idh'aar. It must be shown. قال لن أرسله لن أرسله معكم حتى تؤتوني موثقا من الله. Let's look for one more example. قال الله على ما نقول وكيل ولما. Now I've seen another example. وَدَخُلُوا مِنْ أَبْوَابٍ مُتَفَرِّقَةٍ. من أبواب متفرقة. من Now the reason why we are doing the izhar here is because Noon Sakina, which is what we are talking about, has preceded an Hamza, and Hamza is part of Huruf al-Halqi, and Huruf al-Halqi belongs to what? Al-Idh'aar. That is just the explanation. So this is a very much direct explanation of everything in relation to what? Al-Idh'aar. Let's try to see if we can get one more example before we move on to Al-Idgham. There are lots of examples, lots. Okay. Now in Surah Al-Nahl, وَيَوْمَ نَبْعَثُ فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ شَهِيدًا عَلَيْهِمْ. Okay. شَهِيدًا عليهم شهيدا. Can you see the fathatan here is being pronounced showingly, vividly. We can hear it. It's not been hidden. It's not been changed. You understand? It's not been suspended. That is the ruling. Shahidan alayhim. Shahidan. Do you get it now? And the reason why we are doing the tanween, and the reason why we are doing izhar here is because tanween here is preceding al-ain, and ain belongs to the huruf al-halq or harf al-halq, and harf al-halq in tajweed belongs to al-izhar. Simple. Now let me quickly give you one nice tip, or more like a trick to like ease your knowledge when it comes to you identifying where izhar and idgham, and most especially when it comes to al-izhar. Now in tajweed, anytime you see noon with the sukun written on it, if you can see the sukun written on it, it is izhar. That is the rule. If the sukun is written Like if you can see vividly on it, it is what Al-Idh'aar. Do you understand now? It is what Al-Idh'aar. Now, for the Tanween too, if you can see the Tanween written together, like you can see, for example, now you can see these two. Let me try to bring out one example, like just for you to like understand very much well. Now, when I said I saw one example now, this same Yusuf, like now, okay, good. Now here is it. So anytime you see for in Idh'aar, the first one is the Nuun would be written with a vivid sukun. The sukun would be vivid on it. That is one. Two, for the Tanween, the Fathatan will be written parallel to themselves. Like they would be on the same thing. You know what I mean? Like this. Then the Kasratan too would be written like this. Then the Dhammatan would be written one like this and the other would be collapsing into it. That means anytime you see a Fathatan written like this, it is not Idh'aar. Anytime you see a Kasratan written like this, it is not Idh'aar. Anytime you see a Dhammatan written like this, it is not Idh'aar. The what determines Idh'aar is when it is written parallel to themselves, like this, and the Dhamma is being collapsed into themselves. That is what? That is a tip or a trick to know Al-Idh'aar. The Noon would be written with a vivid sukun, and then the Fathatan will be written parallel and close to each other. The Kasratan too, same thing. The Dhammatan will be collapsing into themselves. Reverse is the case when it comes to everything that is not Al-Idh'aar. If it's not Al-Idh'aar, it will be written a little bit offside for the Fathatan and the Kasratan, and the Dhamma would be written in twos, multiple Dhammas. That is everything about Al-Idh'aar. I hope you understand this now.